Don't blink, you'll miss it all. Yep, I remember when I was a dumb teenager and I thought I knew it all. Knew everything about raising kids, and then I had a kid at a young age. I was a baby raising a baby. I didn't know anything about anything. Thought I did. But you know, somehow we survived, and in the blink of an eye, all these years later, I'm a grandpa. I was blessed with 4 of the most beautiful grandkids on the face of this planet. And I can't say that I ever deserved them, but man, any grandparent knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's just something special. But here lately, I'm sure you guys all remember all this stuff about Bad Bunny and the Super Bowl. Well, if my grandchildren were watching that, and they asked who Bad Bunny was, what should I tell them? I mean, come on. I know what you guys said on Facebook, and I'm not telling them that. But here's the deal. This is what I didn't tell you. I have a biracial family. I have 2 beautiful black grandchildren. I have 2 beautiful Hispanic grandchildren. One is my beautiful granddaughter Carmen that was just born. And you know, I worry about them. What do we do? How do we teach them? All I know is we have to protect them. And it's hard to do it because of social media. It's hard to do it because we have so many outside forces trying to just get a hold of our kids. There's a battle for our children right now. Our children's souls are at stake. And there's so many people out there arguing and fighting about politics and this and that. I see all these protests, but where are all the protests for the missing children?
Okay, open it and read it together.
It's a girl. Yay! I wanted a sister. I never get to see my sister.
It's a girl. You guys having a baby sister.
Yay! I want a sister.
Hi guys. Well, before we get started, I wanted to introduce you to my beautiful new granddaughter. It's a shame the world that she's being brought into, and I'll explain why after this. First, let's walk with my grandson to meet his sister for the very first time. So, stick with me.
You turn the light.
Hi, baby. Hey.
Oh.
Hey.
Hi. Oh, I miss you. I want to turn too, Money.
You want to see your baby sister? Look.
Here, let's go over.
Look, it's your baby sister.
Who is that?
It's your baby sister. It's Carmen.
I'm right here. This is the baby in my tummy. Come here.
You gotta go, Mama.
Is that the baby? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah.
Present for Carmen.
It's not Mari, it's Theo. He always calls her Mari.
I don't want to see the
Say hi, Carmen.
Hi, Carmen. She's asleep.
Hey, this one.
I'm still staying the night. I am.
I can't believe after all these years we still have to talk about this. The elephant in the room. You know, I remember when I was a kid, growing up, I didn't think racism and stuff like that was even a problem, really. I mean, I watched stuff like George Jefferson and Archie Bunker and, I love Fred Sanford, you know. When Fred Sanford started cracking on a white dude, there was absolutely nothing funnier, right? You know, so I grew up pretty thick-skinned. We all made fun of each other. It was no real big deal, you know. I didn't know racism was a real big problem when I was a kid. But like a lot of people, I got family members. I got some idiots, you know. I learned a little racism from them. Didn't really understand why, you know, but I heard it. And I'll tell you what happened. When I was going to school growing up, I was in this deal where they desegregated us. I got put on a bus and I actually got shipped downtown. And instead of going to Washington High School, I went to a school called Schlegel. Out of about 1,100 kids, there wasn't very many white kids. And this is when I got to form my own opinion about racism, right? So, I had these black guys that were just picking on me all the time. Just endlessly, just torture me. And I was a long-haired white kid, right? I was like, just walk around with the bullseye on my back. But here's the deal. You know who stood up for me? A brother named Willie Battle. Willie was something else, man. And I just love him to death. Haven't talked to him in umpteen years. But you know, he taught me that you don't have to be the same color to be a brother. You know what I mean? And the reason I'm bringing a lot of this stuff up is real simple. Here lately, you know, we had Bad Bunny in the Super Bowl. I heard all this crap, right? All this crap everybody's talking. And I didn't know if it was because he was gay or because he was Hispanic. I wasn't really sure what everybody's issue was, right? I mean, think about this. I'm a mutt. I don't know about you all, but my ancestors were not indigenous to this land. When Bad Bunny, all that stuff was going on, I had a Mexican granddaughter, my first granddaughter. My daughter was in labor for days. And all this stuff is going on, right? And I've got 2 black grandkids. I've got 2 Hispanic grandkids. I have gay family members that I love with all my heart. And although I don't agree with them, you know, I still love them with all of my heart. Now, I'm not one of those people that walk around believing in coexistence and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You're not going to enforce no Sharia law or nothing like that on me. But I'll tell you this. If you are one of those people and you've gone your whole life and you've hated somebody because of the color of their skin or because of what they believe or because of their politics, you are the problem. You are an idiot. Because you want to know something? At the end of the day, we're all going to face judgment. I don't care what you believe, but you're going to be dead one day and you're going to face your Creator. And you want to go up there and He's going to look at you and He's going to say, why did you hate my children? They may not look like you. They may not walk like you, talk like you, believe like you, or think like you, but they are humans just like you, and they have hearts and souls and desires and dreams and families. Quit with your divisiveness. Either go someplace else, go jump off a cliff. I don't care what you do, but leave us in peace, brother. Because some of us ain't got nothing but love. Alright, so I may have gotten a little upset in that last clip. Just having a hard time finding my words. You know, it's an easy topic to get upset about, you know. I think any parent or grandparent would understand where I'm coming from. And, just for the record, I haven't told you guys this, but I had some dental work done recently. So the last few videos, I've had a heck of a time talking. I promise I am quite a bit more articulate than I've sounded on these last couple videos. But, and also I'm still learning about editing, audio, stuff like that. So just like everything in life, making these videos, I'm learning the hard way. But I appreciate you guys being patient with me. But, listen, we all see the world differently. I don't expect you guys to agree with me on politics or things like that. And, I used to really be big into politics. One day my grandkids were with me and they was like, Papa, can we watch something other than the news? And, we put on some old Tom and Jerry cartoons. And I'll tell you what, man, it just changed my disposition. Everybody should turn off the news and turn on some cartoons. And, I get it. Everybody feels responsible and you gotta keep informed and all that. But, you also gotta live and love and laugh and enjoy life, because you only get one shot on this mud ball. But thank you guys. And, from the bottom of my heart, we got some sick people in this world. And again, I'm not getting into the Epstein files or nothing like that. But it's a scary, scary world. And we don't need any more hate than we already got. I love all my friends, but just the division and the politics over the years. I've seen so many people that grew up in grade school and high school and just not even talking to each other anymore. And it's like, why, man? And in my personal opinion, in my whole life, I don't think I've ever seen a president make the world a better place. I mean, honestly, has the world gotten better? Because in my lifetime, it just seems like it's getting worse. I didn't think racism was that big of a deal at one point in time. And, since Obama and Trump got into office, between the two of them, it's just gotten out of control. And again, I'm going to focus mostly on health and diet and a lot more positive stuff. This is probably the most negative video I'm ever going to make. I'm not going to focus on a lot of politics. I'm not going to focus on things like that. This channel is about living. But, I love my grandkids, and being the grandpa of a biracial family, I just feel obligated to protect them. And I just want you guys to see, think about it, what it's like from a kid's point of view. My kids, my grandkids, I mean, they don't see a difference in color and stuff like that when they're playing. They don't look at each other like they're black or they're Mexican. They're just having fun and living life. And, sometimes I wish we could all learn that lesson from kids and just be more forgiving and understanding and more patient with one another. But, man, if you got any kind of racism, bigotry, whatever hate you got inside of you, I'm telling you, it's a blessing if you just let it go. When you forgive someone, you're not necessarily doing it for them. You're doing it for yourself. It's freedom, man. I'm telling you. I made a decision a long time ago. When I was driving an ambulance, I discovered there was two types of old men in the nursing home. There was that grumpy old cuss, that bitter old man that was just, you could tell he never forgave anybody a day in his life. And then there was that happy, crazy, senile old man that everybody loved and adored. And I just made a conscious decision a long time ago that I wanted to be that happy guy, right? So don't grow up to be a bitter cuss. Forgive, let go of your racism, whatever your disagreements are on politics, religion, stuff like that. So I'm not going to make any more videos about stuff like this unless something really traumatic happens in the world. So let's focus on some better things going forward and just love one another. Thank you guys. I appreciate you hanging out.